Before we start, if you are already enjoying this, please like, comment and subscribe. It might look small to you, but for me it really means a lot more than you think. Just one click from you can genuinely make my day better. Now let's move to something really practical. File operation using pandas and numpy. Because in real life you are not always going to type data manually. Most of the time data already exists in files like CSV or Excel sheets. And your job is to read the data, work on it, and sometimes save it back to a different format. And this is where things get interesting. Now let's create another file with name of 002-file operation dot let me just rename it. From now on I'm not going to use this cursor AI, instead I'm going to use PyCharm. Here I'm using PyCharm. Let me just open my folder which is inside this videos, web dev lab, then in here single tutorials, Python Pandas and en tutorial code. This is where a trust project. So let me just click here, trust this project, and let me open it, introduction.py. Let me just make it little bit bigger so you can see it properly. Okay, go to editor, general, font, inside font, let me just make it 16, actually not 16, let's make it 18, apply, and I think you should see this properly. Let me just make it 22. Let's make it bigger. And then in appearance, you also have the option for increasing font size. Use custom font. Let's go with Liberation Serif and let's make it 18, apply and OK. And one more setting I need to change. From here, go to settings, go to Python interpreter, and in here add local interpreter, select existing. This is already selected our VNV Python file from this, actually not this one, I'm looking for Sion videos, and in here web dev lab, then go to single tutorials, Python Pandas, en tutorial code. This is the one I was looking for, .bnv, bean and Python. If you have installed all the packages using UV successfully, then you should see this too. Again, let me import pandas and numpy. Let me import it at the top. Then again I'm going to import JSON and import IO from IO, import a string IO, and let's create a simple data for demonstration. Actually, let me just copy and paste it here. Don't worry, I have included the link of my repository of this project in the description of this video, so you'll get this. Let me explain it. Instead of writing all of this from scratch, which is a lot of time consuming things, let me explain it. This is just a static data, nothing fancy at all. This is actually a dictionary. Here are all the keys inside the left. Here are all the keys in left side, and on the right we have values. This is key, customer name, product name, category, and with this colon, after everything after this colon we have all the values in an array. So let's make data frame from here. df underscore orders, it is auto completing, so let me just press tab. pd dot data frame is equal simple orders data. Let's see how it looks. Print df orders. Terminal, instead of 01 uv run 02 file operation. Here are all the data we have got here. We have a table. Here are all the keys of the object in data format, which is a header row, and these are all indexes 0 1 2 3 4 5 6, and these are all values we have in here. Okay, hope you understand. There are 7 rows and 8 columns in here. And you might have noticed one thing, which is it is not showing all data. Instead it is giving this dot sign. Don't worry, so you don't have to scroll for a long data. Now open DeepSeek or any other chatbot, search for create a CSV file with 120, and there will be more than 5 columns. So it will create the file. Okay, now I got the response. Let me just copy this and paste it here. I'm going to create a new file with name of orders.csv, and here it is. Not data, let's select text. Let me just paste it, and let's go to data. In here I have order ID, customer ID, order date, product name, etc. I'm going to use it. In here we have printed df order successfully. Now I'm going to read the CSV file with this df from CSV is equal pandas dot read underscore CSV, and orders, the name of the file, which is orders.csv. How actually this pd.read CSV works? It parses a CSV file line by line. First row is used as column headers by default. Data types are automatically inferred from the content. The file content is converted to NumPy arrays internally, and it returns a data frame object. Okay, let's print it. Let me just print the data with print df underscore from csv dot head, and number of header I want is 3. Let me just run this again from terminal, and we got 3 headers. The first one is with 0 index and 0 1 0 2. We actually want 3 row. By using these 3 we are getting 3 rows. We can also work with JSON string. Let me just make a JSON file, JSON underscore string, and is equal colon colon and 3 colon. Let me just make it underscore, not a dash, and in here we'll have that JSON file, which is an array of name. Let me just auto complete it. The first one will be Alice Smith. Let me just make it Alice. The age will be 28, comma, city will be Dhaka. Let me just create a comma and let me end the second bracket. Control D for duplicating the line. Again I'm going to just make it Bob Charlie, and the age will be 23 and Charlie's age will be 26. The city will be Rajshahi. The city of Charlie will be Sylhet. Now let's make df from, let me just make it autocomplete. This JSON string, it will not work. We are going to need a string IO which we have imported at the top, and this is how it will work. Let me print it out. Print df from JSON. Let me just run it again. It is not working somehow. Actually the problem is here. In the last item we cannot end with this comma. So let me run it again. Here we got the value. We have name as city and the name is Alice Bob. We can see the table properly. This is from pandas data frame. Actually how the pd.read JSON works. First of all, it passes JSON strings or files. Then orient parameter specify JSON structure format. And it can handle nested JSON within JSON normalize. It supports reading from URL directly. pd.read JSON expect a file path by default. To read from a string, use string IO or pass the JSON first. Hope you understand. This is one way of creating data frame. There is another way, which is parse data, and JSON dot loads, it will be JSON underscore string. Then we need to do df data frame from parsed is equal pd dot data frame parse data. Then again print it. Let me just remove the extra space which is not necessary in my case, and here we are again getting all the data table with data frame. Now let's see how we can read nested JSON. For that we need to create a nested JSON, and it will be an array. Inside this array will have name, which is Alice, then comma, actually name is going to be Alice. I'm not sure what did I write actually. Okay, let me just control D for multiple value. It will be age, that is 33. Again address, this is, let's make it an dictionary again. Address is city Dhaka, and country, actually not country, let's make it post code 1215, and this will be inside double quotation mark. Let me just copy this and paste it below here, and this time instead of Alice, and don't forget to remove this comma from the last item, and in here actually let me just make another field, hobbies, cricket, movies, books. This will be within an array. Let me just copy this hobbies as well after this address. Here in place of Alice, let's make it Bob. The age will be 45 and city will be Rajshahi. Postcode will be 1208. Hobbies will be football, fishing and reading books. Now let's convert this to a data frame. Let's make it df nested is equal pd dot normalize, actually JSON normalize, and this will be nested JSON. Okay, now again print df nested. Let me save it and again run the command uv run 02. Yeah, here we got name, age, this is name Alice and age is this, and hobbies cricket, movies, books, football, fishing, books, address dot cities. You see, this is the nested value. We have the address key, and inside this address key this is another key we have, which is city. City is Dhaka and Rajshahi. Dhaka for Alice and Rajshahi for Bob. And this is how data frame work with nested JSON. Okay, now comes the fun part. We can also read from HTML as well. We can create a HTML table and we can convert that HTML table to data frame in Pandas. So let's do it. HTML underscore string, and here it is. Let's make triple double quotation mark, and this will be a table. Let me just take help of ChatGPT. Create a small table of employee in HTML. Let me just copy this, copy and paste it here, Okay, it should work. Let me take this inside try catch block. Try for, let me just pass it for now, except ex exception as e print e. Every time will not get proper formatted table, therefore it will be an exception if we don't get a proper formatted table. Let me make it table. I also missed it and I must end with table tag, and in here let me just take this and paste it here. Let me format it a little bit better so you can understand what is going on. And in here df underscore list from HTML pd dot read HTML. We can read HTML. We have this function and it will be string IO we need to use in order to read HTML string. Then df from HTML. Let me just auto complete it. Again I'm going to print it out. Print. Here is the value. Let me just run the file again. Yeah, it is saying must pass 2D input shape 134. So it will not be like this, it will be like df list from HTML and 0. Let's see how it looks now. Yeah, it is working properly. Data frame expected HTML table, and this is the HTML table, and it is created from a data frame which got the data from HTML table. Hope you understand.